We've got the State League Player of the Years. It was a three-way tie. We've got Nick Dawes, we've got Paolo Paris, and of course Giuseppe Zotti, who's not able to be with us here tonight. First of all, Nicky, yourself, reflection on the season. You were saying not the best season?
No, very tough season, very frustrating, but stuck it out for the season. But you know, it was good to have you know, some strong games in there, but you know, the results were probably more important. We didn't finish too well, second bottom in the end, but you know, it probably would have been more of an achievement if we'd made the 5 at least, and you know, done the job for Maxi. But you know, for me personally, it's probably my highest achievement in a sense in my career so far. So I'm happy with that, and very happy to share it with a player like Paolo. Definitely thanks to Maxi for playing me. I guess he made me captain, so I guess it gave me a bit of a senior role, even though I'm senior in age as well. But, so Maxi, the committee as well, you know, they obviously kept me down the club again this year, parents, and my partner as well.
Paolo, yourself, you've been playing for a little while, a very dynamic player, and you were saying you held back a little bit in regards to perhaps the way, yes, well, that's a nice way of putting it.
No, very understanding.
No, but you are a dynamic player and obviously a key figure for your club.
Yeah, no, it was, we had a great season. All three teams finishing first. Our first goal was to win the minor premiership to get promotion. That's the reason why I stayed there this year. I've played for 8-9 years there. It's my home now. But yeah, as a personal achievement, it was fantastic, and like you said, mainly being able to get the referees' votes is the main priority for me, especially with, you know, lots of yellow cards behind me and not having the best reputation with referees. But finally learned how to channel my frustration probably to my feet, not to my mouth. Yeah, and it's really helped the club along really well. And yeah, just like I said, I wouldn't have done it without the boys. Like you said, great season we had, and especially Brenton Hearn, Joe Foley. They've really turned a lot of players who had average years last year with Noarlunga to great players. So, no, it's a great achievement for the club.
But in saying that, I have to say, players like yourself who do have that character are great to watch. You're very entertaining to watch.
They do say that, yeah.
But you know, it is the truth. So we don't want to sanitise that right out of the game.
Yeah, I'm normally, like I said, as you can tell, probably the smallest bloke on the field, so I sort of like to make myself a little bit more animated.
But harder to man.
Yeah,
harder to man.
So, yeah. Just play to my strengths, I guess, to a certain extent, like we all do. Just try to run around and cause havoc as much as I can, and that's all I've done all my life. So yeah, just hopefully I can do it quite a few years.
And I guess a few words of thanks to who you would like to say thank you to.
Number one, all the boys in the first team and the club in general. All the volunteers at Noarlunga. Without them, there would not be a club, as simple as that. I think that's with most clubs in the State League, Premier League, and even the Super League. Brenton Hearn, who kept me there this year, pretty much convinced me that we'll have a great year. Joe Foley, who had a lot of faith in me, especially after probably copying my first suspension during the year, probably 6 games in, and I knew I had to straighten myself out, and he pretty much gave me a few words of wisdom and kept an eye on me pretty much every game. My family, number one, my fiancée, Teresa, she's always stuck by me, even when I'm very angry. But yeah, no, otherwise just everyone, like I said, and especially to win a medal like Milan Ivanovic medal is unbelievable.
Exactly.
He's been a great player in Australia and South Australia. So
no one can ever take that away from you.
As well as with Nicky, like I said, we've played together for years and against each other for years, so we've been around for a while, and yeah, great honour.
Well done, lads. Congratulations. No one can ever take that away from you, and all the best personally for yourself for next season, and Paolo for yourself for the finals. All the best, and thank you so much for giving me your time.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we're now talking to the Premier League Player of the Year, David Crowl from Modbury Jets, and also it was a tie this year with Carl Robinson from West Adelaide. Now, David, congratulations first off, and fantastic season for the Modbury Jets because you've been able to bounce straight back up to Super League.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good year for the Jets. finally. Last few years haven't been all that great, but it's been really good for the young lads that are coming up, and a good bunch of lads too. So it's nothing better than winning the league with a good bunch of lads and a good coach and a good club.
Yeah, well, Coach of the Year as well for your coach, which is fantastic. A reflection on your season.
To be honest, I thought Scooter was going to definitely take it out because, I mean, on the votes table there, wasn't even in the picture of the first 10 games, so big surprise. Had a few injuries during the season. I was lucky enough to drag through. But yeah, it was a big surprise in the end.
Well, that's a good sign of a quality player that's been able to come through injury-stricken season, which is good.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my fiancée that I've got to thank up there. She had big smiles for me after. She actually had a message on my phone. I hadn't even told her yet. So, she
nice.
knew Friday. The old Barney from Comments was doing a Facebook update status. So big thanks to her, and just Modbury Soccer Club for being a great club.
Congratulations, David. I wish you all the best in the finals, and of course next year seeing you back in Super League where you guys belong.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks, Nat. Bye.
Yeah, amazing. Nothing can beat that.
Obviously, been a very good season for you personally. You've had a few other honours as well, the schoolboys, the Australian schoolboys as well, and good breakout season with the Super League, Team Western Strikers. In your speech, you obviously thank your coach for giving you a chance. As we discussed earlier, he gave you the chance. It really was up to you after to make the most of it.
Yeah, like I said before, my dad said to me as well, just take the opportunity, and yeah, that's what I did. So yeah, thank Ado as well, and also my president Agnes. So yeah, it's good.
You had some good teammates around you to support you as well. They've been good help over the season.
Yeah, they have Michele Lastella, our captain, helped us the season. So yeah, it was good.
And obviously we spoke about the schoolboys as well. Is there still that ongoing?
Yeah, we're going. Well, I think going over to Japan, touring Japan, China, and Hong Kong in January the 14th. So we're going fly over to Sydney on January 10th, train for a couple of days. Then we head over there. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And obviously, you're still training with the Baby Reds, trialing with the Baby Reds at the moment. And that's what should be next week. You said. I mean, obviously it's a big honour to be training with them as well.
Yeah, it's just a good opportunity. Got to thank Aldo again as well, giving me the opportunity as well. So yeah, just looking forward to that season.
And basically, just all you can really do is sort of head down and bum up, and then that's pretty much all you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, Jordan, I just wanted to ask you a couple of things. Just looking back at your season with Western Strikers, obviously the club bringing in a couple of UK players. We had Andy Thorpe from last year. We've got Chris Middleton and Callum Flanagan that came in this year. What was it like playing with them?
Yeah, it was amazing. Just their experience over in England. Just apparently Chris Middleton played a couple of FA Cup games over there. So yeah, he just told us all of their experiences, and even at training like that, they always told us what to do, what was wrong with us. So it was good feedback.
You're a very dynamic player in some of the matches that we saw. Key figurehead, and obviously supply to the ball up front to you guys up front was very important, and you were able to do that very well. You're able to execute that very well. You're happy with, obviously you're happy with the season because you've got the Rising Star Award, but generally speaking, with yourself personally.
Yeah, really happy. Just it's been a tough year, especially having been a tough year. I don't really know what to say. But.
Well, look, congratulations! It's been fantastic to be able to watch you this year. You were able to stay up in the Super League, which is great, and sure you're on to bigger and better things. So congratulations again, Jordan. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well, 2010 Sergio Melta Player of the Year Richie Alagich back to back, and it was only 12 months ago I was standing with you in this very same place speaking to you. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much. It's a little bit warmer this time.
It's a little bit warmer, it is. And people were asking me, how were you managing to get these votes? And I was saying, well, because I did film quite a lot of the Raiders matches, you did stand out when you played. Give yourself a review on your own season this year.
It wasn't too bad. It was obviously a lot tougher year in terms of, I guess, where we finished.
Yeah.
That always makes it harder. It's always a challenge when players' confidences are down, the group is down, things aren't going well. That's a challenge. I enjoyed the challenge.
And of course, it was a year where you did have two different coaches. You had the first half of the season with John Duffy, and then the second half of the season with John Cosmina, and a bit of caretaking coaching there with Bugsy. So, you know, a bit of a challenge, like, as you say. Well, let's use that word, challenge, to get around to becoming accustomed to these different ways that these coaches coach.
Oh, it is, absolutely. It's never a easy environment when, I mean, stability is the key thing in football, whether it's on the field or off the field. It makes it tough.
Look, one thing that I do notice about you, Richie, is that being an older player that's got all this experience, you really do. No, I do not say older. Not very old, no, because you're not very old. Hey, Carl Robinson's much older than you, and he still managed to do it too. Look, I noticed that you are so willing to give advice to these younger guys immediately. As soon as something happens, you are right there next to them, and you're giving them that word of advice. I think that is just so admirable for yourself to be able to do that.
It's my responsibility. That's part of my responsibility, is being in the game for as long as I have, and then to not pass that information, or the information that I've gathered over the years, I think is unjustified. So it needs to be passed on. No, I feel that's my obligation.
Now, you also, within your own family, had another addition to the family this year, so your personal life was a lot more full on, if I can use that word, that terminology. So it was quite a big year for you this year. Yeah.
It's part of the challenges in life. We've got to overcome those challenges and adapt to each one, and look forward to the next one.
I wish you all the very, very best. I like to thank you for the entertaining football you've given all the punters over the last umpteen number of years, both with National League and also with the local league, and wish you all the success next year with where you do end up playing, and you know, I just thank you very much, because you're just absolutely lovely to watch. You just play very great football, and it's just nice to be able to see someone like yourself to be able to give that back to football, and I know that you will continue giving even once you stop playing. So
it's my pleasure. I go out there and just enjoy, play with a smile on my face, and if people happen to like that, great. If they don't, that's their opinion.
Yeah,
it's not my decision.
I don't think there would be many that wouldn't like what you do. Big night for the Alagich family tonight, also with your sister being inducted into the South Australian Hall of Fame. And look, congratulations again, and thank you again for your time, because I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for all you do, Nat. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Cheers, thanks.